Hey everyone, welcome to day 3 of our 8-night Caribbean cruise on Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas. Today we are in
Labadee!
It's going to be a fantastic day. We're really excited. We have the Dragon's Tail coaster booked for first thing, so we're heading out right away. We actually just had breakfast.
We did. We ordered room service, and it was really nice. I felt like we were kings and queens eating breakfast in bed. It was
other than the phone rang and
it
scared us. So, but we're here. We're just about ready to go and be let off the ship. So we're going to do that. And there's a ton of stuff here. So we're going to do the coaster. There's the beaches, all sorts of stuff to check out. So let's dive into day 3 here on the Adventure of the Seas in Labadee, Haiti. Good morning, Labadee. The pier's not too long here and everybody is walking into port. It's beautiful here. All the rock formations over on the left and the beaches way down to the right there. And the coaster and the zip line are way up on the hill up there. This is beautiful here today. Really humid though. Sunglass time?
Yeah, switching over. Except there's sunscreen. You know how fun that is to get off your glasses.
Let's go get off the ship. The clouds look really cool there. The blue sky and then the clouds right along the edge of the hills.
We're gonna head down to the gangway located on deck 1 on the starboard side. I love this because there's no tender here, so we can walk right off the ship and right onto the pier. It makes it really easy.
The pier isn't too long. We've seen much longer piers in other ports, so it's nice and easy to walk into port. Just watch your head on these ropes, they're quite low. I should also mention our all aboard time today is at 4:30 p.m. There's some rock formations off to the left here, and we want to go find those a little bit later. There's a great spot there to take some photos. And conveniently, one of the first things you'll see is the large Labadee sign with your ship in the background. Another awesome spot for some more photos.
When you get off the pier, you're at Dragon's Plaza, and on the left you will find one of the complimentary dining options, the Dragon's Cafe, as well as an information center if you have any questions. And straight ahead, you will end up at the Dragon's Tram station.
Our coaster excursion says to meet up at Adrenaline Beach, so we're going to jump on the complimentary tram and head across Labadee down to the Town Square tram station. Along the way, there's some great views of the beaches. There's a coffee bar back there, and you can see the trams come quite often, so you don't have to wait too long. Some lovely hammocks amongst the trees. A kid's splash pad area if you're coming here with little children. And it looks like there's lots of complimentary chairs and umbrellas down by the beach. And we are here at the town square. We're gonna head off to the left there past the red building, which is Café Labadee, which is another complimentary lunch option.
So it wants us to go to Adrenaline Beach to get on the coaster.
Now the Dragon's Tail coaster here in Labadee is located at Adrenaline Beach. Check-in is off to the right. Drivers need to be at least 12 years old and 54 inches tall. Passengers must be at least 5 years old and 38 inches tall. And the max weight is 375 pounds or 330 pounds in wet weather. We'll head up the ramp here to the coaster, where you'll find a quick little safety video to brief you on how to use the cart. Push forward on the bars to go and pull back to brake.
I'm 40 years old.
If you let go, you're going to come this stuff. Press down the lever, pull the way down. Yeah, let go now.
So how was the Dragon's Tail coaster?
Okay, I thought it was super exciting. It was fun. It felt great. There's like, you know, a breeze when you're going that fast, and you get a great view of the area, and it goes pretty quick. I thought it was exciting.
Yeah, there's breaks if you need them. I tried not to use them.
I could go like over and over and over again. I can see why they sell day passes, because it would be a lot of fun. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. Recommended if you're coming here. I would try it out for sure. I need this at home. Soccer pool. That looks fun.
Yeah, it has me thinking.
That's really cool. I've never seen that before.
No, me neither.
If you like pickleball, they've got a pickleball court here, as well as a basketball court. Hello, mini crab. Oh, there's another one right here. A hoop in it? Nope. These are really nice courts.
Yeah, really nice. And the ball's actually inflated.
The courts are kind of a hard, plasticky compound. Really nice. Oh, the zip line, Superman style. So the big zip line goes from above the coaster all the way down there. The floating bar out here at Nellies Beach. So there's the Artisan market over here and the Artisan village.
Hello, welcome. So you to my shop, no question.
So there's quite a bit of vendors down here selling arts, crafts, and different things. And then we've got Columbus Cove on the other side.
Columbus Cove is home to the Columbus Beach Bar, which is nice and close to the beach. And I am gonna say there are a lot of loungers and umbrellas here. It's great that you can sit here and enjoy the sun under one of these complimentary umbrellas. Columbus Cove is also home to the third complimentary dining option, the Columbus Cafe.
It's a beautiful beach here, views all the way back to the ship. This is really a gorgeous beach. And turning around back by the Columbus Beach Bar, you're gonna find the Arawak Aqua Park sign-up building, and they have lockers here that you can rent as well.
So it's $8 for the locker for the day, and you have in and out, so you can get your stuff and put it back.
Nice.
Which is good if you want that.
Should we wander the nature trail?
Yes, I like trails.
We're just exploring Labadee here before we find a place on the beach this afternoon. There's so many little things to see. It's the water slide. You do have to pay to use that. Here's a better look at Columbus Beach. So it's a fair ways away from the ship. There's also this water playground that you can pay to use. Jet ski rentals. There's kayakers out there on an excursion.
As we step off the trails, we're finding ourselves at Nellies Beach. Here, there are more loungers and umbrellas to enjoy the sunshine.
Nellies Beach also has some really cool cabana rentals off to the left, up on the rocks, as well as over here on the right.
This is a smaller beach than the other two, but it's quite lovely here.
There's also the Nellies Tavern Bar. So that was Nellies Beach, and they've got mat rentals here. Nellies Trading Post. There's some really cool ruins here. So back here is the Barefoot Beach Club. We don't have access to that, unfortunately. Should we check out this nature trail? Another one. There's a nice lookout. It's nice and cool in the jungle.
Cool.
Cooler than in the sun.
I would call it cool, but definitely cooler than the sun.
Here's the smaller zip line entrance. So this zip line goes just to there. It's a small one. We walked all the way back to by the ship. I think there's another trail over this way. It's supposed to have some good views. The pathway will take us right up to the ocean viewpoint, which is built up like an old fort. There's cannons up here and these stone lookouts right over the ocean. It's so beautiful up here. There's the ship. Here's the lookout I'm looking for. These nature trails are really cool.
They're really pretty.
Beautiful views.
The only thing is there's a lot of shells and it's bumpy rocks. You gotta watch your footing though.
Yeah.
Pay attention because the rocks are kind of sharp here.
Mm-hmm. Should we go find a beach to park ourselves at?
Sounds lovely.
Oh, this is neat.
There's a swing chair there too.
The rock formations here are super cool.
We've decided to spend the afternoon at Adrenaline Beach. Adrenaline Beach is the beach we were at this morning for the coaster ride. So we're gonna get back on the tram and we'll get off at the town square tram station and go find us a lounger. And good news is there's lots of loungers still available.
And the other good news is it's lunchtime and we're right by Café Labadee for lunch. Lots of options here, rice and beans, corn on the cob, hot dogs, beef burgers, cheeseburgers, jerk chicken, all the toppings you need for your burgers, different salads, pasta salad, watermelon feta salad, Caesar salad, sliced fruit, pineapple, oranges, apples, bananas, and desserts, grandma's chocolate sponge cake, coconut macaroons, banana rum cake, and they had cheesy bread and complimentary beverages as well. Tropical mango, strawberry kiwi, lemonade, and water. Lunch opened at 11. I've got the watermelon feta salad, some jerk chicken, and a cheeseburger. What did you get?
Hamburger, a little bit of rice and beans, a watermelon feta salad, and a pasta salad, and some corn.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're close to the buffet station, so that's handy.
I plan to go back for dessert too. It's a little prickly, like pokey on the bottom.
Not bad. There's a few rocks. There's some fun little huts out here. Zip lines overhead. And a floating bar back here as well. How's the water temperature?
It's warm.
It's warm.
I think it's nice. Very
How come you haven't
comfortable.
gone under yet? It's not that warm?
It's just, I'm super comfortable.
Yeah, it is warm. It's nice. Sleepy afternoon.
Yeah. Like, you know, when you've been in the sun and then you're tired after and you just snooze.
Yeah, it's been a couple hours out here.
It's been nice. There's
Yeah.
a nice breeze. We have nice shade under the umbrella.
Yeah, I like they basically all have umbrellas, all the chairs. I could fall asleep out here. I probably did already.
You did.
Shall we take the trolley back or walk back towards the ship?
Well, I'm thinking here. If we're gonna walk, I should put runners on because I'm afraid I'm gonna get blisters again. Had enough trips where we're looking for band-aids, so either gotta do runners or trolley.
Trolley it is. Time to head back to the ship.
Yes.
We've had lots of sun. What a beautiful place.
It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. There were many things that I liked today in Labadee.
Mm-hmm.
This port had a lot of great things going for it.
There was a whole bunch of beaches to choose from. It was hard to choose, but we picked one that looked nice to us and we enjoyed it.
And a variety of activities from, you know, if you want to walk on trails or if you wanted to go on the roller coaster or zip lining, there was a lot to choose from.
I really did enjoy that roller coaster.
It was a lot of fun. And it was
Dragon's Tail, right?
Dragon's Tail,
Yeah.
yeah. And it was fairly smooth.
It was fast.
Yes.
I-
You could go slow, too.
You could go slow with the brakes, but if you let it go, it went pretty quick.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
Another thing I really appreciated too was that they had those trolleys,
Mm-hmm.
those little tractors that were pulling us around the island. That was really nice.
Well, the beach we decided to go to and stay at was Adrenaline Beach, which was all the way at the far end by the roller coaster. So it helped just going back and forth and riding the trolley rather than walking. Even though we did walk back the one time and follow the trails and that sort of thing, it definitely helped. The other thing I really appreciate, there was those dining stations. There was complimentary food.
And beverages.
And beverages, yeah. So we didn't have to go back to the ship for lunch. We could just go to one. I think there was 3 of them at least that I saw. I mean, it was a fairly basic buffet, but it was nice to be able to just eat on the island and not worry about having to head back.
It was convenient. It was definitely convenient.
Yeah.
And I also really appreciated that they had the loungers, but there was also the umbrellas that were complimentary. There was no fee to sit under an umbrella. And when it's so warm, it is nice to be under the shade. There was a lot of places to sit in the shade if you wanted.
Yeah.
From by the dining sections, they had covered areas. There was a lot of shade.
Well, and not only that, if you wanted other things to do, there was the basketball and the pickleball, the pool soccer and the splash park for the kids. There was all sorts of stuff going on there. Volleyball. So a great place to visit. We really enjoyed it.
We did. It was a lot of fun. And it helps too that the weather was really beautiful and it was a nice breeze. It was really nice there.
Yeah. So from there we came back to the ship and cleaned up. We were really sandy. And sail away was beautiful. So we sailed out. It was sunny.
But there were some clouds that makes it pretty, right?
Yeah,
when you have the
peeking
contrast.
through. Yeah, the contrast, and the weather was good. It was warm out there. Yeah,
It was nice.
It was really nice. Tonight, dinner.
I'm looking forward to dinner. I'm hungry.
So our 6:30 reservation at the Sapphire restaurant again at our usual table. So we're gonna head out there, and we will let you know what we had for dinner shortly. I'm hungry too.
Let's go eat. We had another great evening tonight. I really have been enjoying our dinners.
It's been really nice. Yes.
And one of the perks of having dinner at the same time every night at the same table is that the tables around us are on the same schedule.
Yeah, we've really gotten to know the 2 tables next to us, and it's been really nice.
It's been nice chatting and talking, and you kind of catch up at the end of your day, and finding out what each other were up to. It's been good.
Even though we're my time dining, but we're kind of scheduled in at 6:30. Anyway,
It's worked really
worked
nice.
out. Yeah.
Really nice.
So again, this Sapphire dining room. We're on deck 3, actually towards the back, one over from the window. But appies tonight. There was some delicious appies.
Yeah.
We both had one that was the same.
We both had the chicken ward-off salad. So that had, of course...
Ward-off?
Is it Waldorf? Waldorf?
Waldorf.
Waldorf, okay.
Chicken Waldorf salad.
At least I didn't call it a Waldo salad. So there is chicken and grapes and apples. There's walnuts, and it's on with a arugula salad. So it's a stronger salad. It was good. Not huge.
It was good.
It was good.
I like the grapes in it. Yeah. I also had the chicken or buffalo chicken dip. So that had chicken, cheese, and cream cheese in a dip with some kind of taco chips.
It looked rich.
It was rich. It was good. There was a lot of chicken in the dip.
Okay.
So
it was good.
I enjoyed that.
Was it spicy?
Not for being the buffalo chicken. It didn't seem spicy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
But it was warm.
It was warm, yeah.
Yeah.
It is good. And then our main dishes. There's actually quite a bit to choose from, but I knew right away what you were going to get.
Oh, and this was by far, so far on this cruise, my favorite meal.
We both actually had the same thing.
It was so good. And I knew all day I was going to have this. I knew since yesterday. It's the beef short ribs. They're perfection.
Yeah. There's no bone, so they don't fall off the bone.
No, but the meat just falls apart.
Falls apart. It's really good.
And then there's mashed potatoes and your root vegetables with that. All of it was just, I ate every single little morsel off my plate. It was really good.
Yeah. The other thing we had, so this is the perk of getting to know your neighbors at dinner. Our neighbor person had a tiny sampling of macaroni and cheese, so just a small little
lobster one. Yeah,
it was the lobster mac and cheese is what it was called. So we had a tiny little sampler of that. Our waiter, not a big plate, just a small sampler. It was really good.
We took her advice.
Yeah.
So thank you, Linda. That was really great advice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's very rich. It was very tasty. I still would go with the short ribs that were still my favorite, but it was definitely a really good mac and cheese.
Yeah. And then dessert. We both had something different tonight. So
we did.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I had the fudge brownie, and then I ordered vanilla ice cream with it. It was good. It was a good size. It's pretty sweet, on the sweet side. So I definitely recommend having a coffee or tea, something with it to balance out that sweetness.
And I had the warm apple cobbler. So that was like a caramelized apple and that came with a scoop of vanilla ice cream as well. It was really good with coffee. It was really hot. The filling was really hot.
Okay.
Like mine
really
was
warm.
Really warm.
Yeah.
Not spicy hot.
No.
Like hot. Like it just came out of the oven hot. Yeah.
I like that though.
It was good. It went well because it melted the ice cream and it was perfect.
You know, ice cream with dessert is perfect.
Yeah. So a great evening there. We actually stopped in at karaoke. We didn't capture any footage. It was really, really busy in there.
Packed. You could barely stand in the back of the room.
Yeah.
Which is too bad. I guess we would have need to be in there early. It was a full house in there.
Like standing room was full too. So, but it was kind of funny. There is an Elvis convention on our cruise, and you could tell that they weren't necessarily Elvis songs, but a lot of songs that sounded like Elvis could have sang them. So there is definitely some inspiration from maybe like the 60s and 70s in there, I would say. But it was fun to watch.
It was fun.
You didn't sing.
No, of course not.
So we went to that right before we went to the Lyric Theater, so the main theater. There was a really good performance tonight.
Yeah, it was called Invitation to Dance, and it was a Latin and ballroom fusion.
Okay.
Is what they called it. And there was singing and dancing, and then it was the Adventure of the Seas orchestra was there live.
And they were
right in the stage.
They were in the floor. Like
yes.
At times they'd kind of come halfway up and then they'd sink back down.
Okay. And get this. So you've got the orchestra there, and at one point I counted 14 singers and dancers on stage.
Yeah.
In addition to the orchestra. So it was a lot of movement
going on, lots of lights, lots of effects, components or I don't know, stage stuff going on and off. It was really good.
I really liked the background too. And like it was difficult for me to tell what was actually on stage and what was
the background.
Yeah, like a fake background. It was very well done.
It was, yeah.
And I
The
like
dancing was phenomenal.
and the singing was
Yeah.
right on. Like all of it came together really nice. They did have a glitch, some kind of technical problem, so we sat
They shut it down about halfway through, maybe for 5-10 minutes
Mm-hmm.
while they repaired something. They didn't tell us what it was, but it was all good. They just started right up
Yeah.
where they left off, and it was like a little intermission. And then from there, it went right into the Royal Promenade. So there's
Mm-hmm.
a party going on. It's still, I'm sure, going on right now. That's the greatest 80s party ever. So there's not a lot of people dressed in 80s. Like
No.
the staff, the dancers are, but they're singing 80s songs. There's a kind of a conga line going through there. People are getting into it. It's lots of fun 80s stuff going on.
It's fun to watch,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So that's going on. That was right after the show. So it's been a fantastic day.
Really
I really enjoyed
fantastic.
Labadee. It was nice, beautiful sand.
It was wonderful.
Tomorrow though, day 4. Where are we?
San Juan, and I love San Juan.
Yeah, it's
Really
going to be
love
a
it.
great day. We're hoping to go explore the forts there
Mm-hmm.
and the old town. It's going to be an awesome day. We've been there before and love it. So,
Absolutely loved it.
we're excited. So if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on day 4 in San Juan. We are headed to bed, but that's not until the afternoon tomorrow, so we might get to sleep in. Hopefully. So we'll see you tomorrow for day 4 on the adventure of the seas. Good night, everyone.